are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Irene. Well, my full name is Ariola, but people usually butcher it, so I say Irene.
How would you describe yourself? Who are you?
I would describe myself as outgoing. I would describe myself as multifaceted with many different layers. I would describe myself as genuine, authentic. I try to be as authentic as possible, whether it's good or bad, and someone who wants to love God and someone who wants to please Him with everything that concerns me, from my hair to literally how I live my life.
Okay. Tell us a bit about what you do, your talents, anything about you, something interesting.
Okay, so my talents. Okay, so I sing. I don't know, I had brain freeze just now. I sing. I've been singing since I was like, maybe, honestly, since I was little, like in primary school. And I always knew that it was something I wanted to do with my life. That just kind of stayed constant. And then I also play the guitar. That's a fun fact. But I'm learning, I'm still learning. But I play the guitar. I can actually make it work. Play some tunes. And I write different things, short stories. I've written a book. I had it on Wattpad, but I took it down. I write poetry, spoken word poetry. I'm also into content creation and yeah, so many different things really. Drawing, UX design, health. I'm big on health as well, like nutrition and just taking care of yourself. Yeah.
What is something that you want the followers, the fans, the family to take away from your page, and what can they expect?
So I think you can definitely expect wholesome content from my page. Content that just makes your soul smile. That's always my goal, to be honest. Content that is authentic, because I know Instagram is such a place where people modify themselves to seem perfect, but I actually want to go against that and just be myself, whether it's good or bad, whatever it looks like in that moment. I just want to be authentic and show that natural and authentic is okay, is fine. And I also want people to remember God when they see my posts. Just remember Him and really take time to be like, oh yeah, God is real and He wants to be involved in my cooking or in my fashion or in my business. So He doesn't have to be restricted to church.
And what would you describe your vision as?
My vision. I'll say my vision, I pray for it to be God's vision all the time, whatever that looks like. So yeah, it will change with times and seasons, but whatever God's vision in that time looks like, that's what I want to do. So if God is saying get a degree, I'll do it, and I've gotten a degree. If God is saying release an album, that's what I'll do. If God is saying take a step back from music, don't do music at all, then that's what I want to do. So I just want to do whatever God is saying I should do.
When it comes to music, would you put yourself in a genre?
That's one thing about my music journey that I refuse to do, is to put myself in a genre. I refuse to put myself in a box, because growing up I was that person who would listen to Kirk Franklin and Hillsong, but I'll also listen to like Wizkid or Aretha Franklin or The Vamps and One Direction. Like, I just love so many different genres because music is so cool and so diverse, and I just want to be able to explore all of it. So don't be surprised if I come out with like a rock album or something crazy, because I want to explore everything and just use it all for the glory of God. So right now I'm genreless, but when people ask me what genre do you do, I just tend to say R&B or like pop, because I feel like that's what people might understand. And sometimes going down this whole speech of like, oh, I'm not really in one single genre, it can get exhausting. So I just say, oh, R&B or pop.
What inspired you to get into music, and what was the turning point that made you to decide to start writing and start posting?
Okay, so I like that question. So funny enough, how I actually started writing songs was, I was in like year 7 or year 8, and I was on holiday for like half term or Easter or something like that. And I remember my friend at the time, he was sad because he had just experienced a breakup in year 7, a breakup from his relationship, and I wanted to cheer him up. So I wrote a parody of Dynamite by Tyre Cruz or something like that. And I wrote a parody in the sense that I just changed the lyrics to make it funny. And I recorded me singing the parody that I wrote, and I sent it to my friend. And he was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, how did you come up with this? And then I did that for some other songs. I did one for Taylor Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble. I did some for a few other songs, and then I was like, wait, I have a pen game. Oh. Then I now started writing my own songs inspired by Taylor Swift. Actually, I started writing my own songs about the crushes I had at the time, heartbreak in year 7, year 8, and just like friendship drama that I was experiencing. And I started to play the guitar as well, so I would use the guitar to write my songs. And I remember when I now went back to school after my holiday, I started to play my songs for my friends. And there was one person in particular who was a fan. Like, she really liked a few of the songs that I played for her, and sometimes she would even be like, Ari, come and play your song for me. And it really encouraged me to keep writing. And so literally ever since then, I got a song book, and I was writing and writing and writing, and it was a form of self-expression for me. It was almost like a diary, but just with melodies. And literally ever since then, I've been writing songs, and there's probably about 60 to 100 songs that I've written that just exist.
And what word of advice or encouragement would you give to someone who maybe wants to go into music, or maybe not even music, but they're just trying to decide, okay, like, what is my talent? What is my gift? How can I bless people? How can I be authentic online and confident online, just like you?
I would say, first of all, know what you're good at, that you just can't imagine not doing. Because for me, I just can't imagine not doing music. I feel like I would just not be me. I wouldn't be 100% Ari and 100% being myself if I tried to push down that side of myself. So recognize what that is for you. Recognize what, if people tell you all the time, you're good at this, or have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about like selling your art? Because your art is really good. Notice these things and make note of them. And I would also say, know God, because everything I am, the confidence and the ability for me to communicate everything that I'm feeling and everything that I've experienced is not because I am better than anyone else. It's just because I've spent a lot of secret time with God in my room, literally me and him, for years. This has been going on for years, and now you're just seeing me come out as if, I just appeared this way. No, it took time with God. It took me getting to know God. And the funny thing is that even now, do I know God completely? No. I still have so much to learn about God. But knowing God in the last, I would say, 5 years has brought me so far, this far. And I can only imagine what knowing God will do in the next 5 years of my life. So every single thing that you're looking for, the self-development that you're looking for, the confidence, the authenticity, it all comes from knowing God. And the reason I say that is because when you know the creator, the one who created you, then you know why you were created, and you know how you work best, and you learn more about yourself. As you learn more about God, He will show you things about yourself, and that's how you become the person that you want to be. All right, that's a wrap.
Cool.